Alrighty, yo, what's up, Knights? Aegis Rick here, back with a new game on the channel, and man, do I gotta say, I'm super excited to present to you guys Tree of Savior, Closed Beta Part 2. Actually got accepted into the first beta, but didn't have enough time to play at the time, so this is the first time I ever got to play the game, and I gotta say, I'm really happy with the game so far. As you guys can see, I'm actually level 23, and we are in some kind of like Goblin City or something right now, doing some subquests. So I want to just on our way to go turn the subquest in. First of all, you don't have to. When you complete a quest, oftentimes you'll get this little like warp block here. So it will allow you, if you press backspace or if you just click on it, it'll allow you to just teleport and turn quests in. It's really convenient when you're in dungeons and stuff, or if there's an NPC way out of your way, that you can just click on that and it'll just jump you to it really easily. What I'm doing now, actually, is something cool about the game. You know, I'm going to be trying to explain the game really quickly, but just as, you know, one of the cool things that is not standard is that, you know, you actually get a lot of quests from NPCs that don't have any indicators on them. This is one of them right here. It's actually a repeatable quest that you can do upwards of 5 times, and he doesn't have a quest reticle. You just, if you talk to him, if you go out of your way to talk to him, he'll actually give you a repeatable quest that will give you those EXP cards, which I gotta say, guys, those EXP cards are super important. Look at how many I got. They just give you EXP for no reason. I mean, you pick up a lot of those, you're gonna be getting a ton of EXP. So, I mean, it is really well within your means. It should be well within your means to pick up as many cards as you can by going out of your way and talking to NPCs like that. So, there are a lot of other different things like that. I've seen different kinds of events where there's like food on a table, and if you go out of your way to like interact with that food, like something could happen, you know, different mobs can spawn, stuff like that. So, you know, we obviously got our standard quest system, you know, we got our waypoints for our main quest line. I believe the green is indicators for where you're supposed to complete a quest, all the kind of standard stuff, but I just wanted to mention that was one really cool feature I liked. Another feature I'm not liking too much, however, is the stamina system. So if you guys look at the top left, we actually have 3 little indicators. Obviously the HP and MP bars, but then we also have the diamond to the left of that, which is our stamina, which is depleting every time we are moving. And for the case of the warrior classes or the fighter classes, swordsmen, they can actually dash, which I believe they're the only class who can do that. But if you run out of stamina or if you move too much, you obviously gotta chill out. So that right there, that little plant will actually recover your stamina to allow you to keep running, but they are kind of randomly placed, so sometimes you just got to resort to walking, which I will mention, walking in itself, this type of walking also depletes your stamina. So I don't know if I really like that. I wish it didn't deplete your stamina while walking, but it seems like you can really only record or replenish that mana if you're like standing still, like if you're attacking enemies and doing stuff like that. So, you know, it's just kind of a way to limit people just dashing all over the place and you know, demolishing everything with like dash attacks and all that. So, well, guys, I haven't mentioned anything about the combat. I've only done basic attacks so far. Actually, I should mention also I'm playing this game on a controller. I wanted to try it out on the controller, and it seems like it has pretty good controller support. I'll mention this later, my biggest complaint about the game so far. But I gotta say, it plays pretty fluently, and in fact, it recognized my controller as a PlayStation controller and automatically binded keys for me. They're like, hey man, here's left trigger, right trigger, you know, R2, R1, and you can like, you know, do different combinations to get to the various shortcuts. It's a pretty, I'd say they did it pretty well. I don't know like the standard for other games, but the fact that it read my controller and it started automatically right when I picked it up is a nice feature. You can also go to the options if you want and then turn on, you know, the playstyle you want, which I should mention, this game has 3 different playstyles. I'm playing currently with the controller. However, if you want to play with another kind of a different system, you can either use the, you know, I'm using the joypad, you can use the keyboard, you can use strictly the mouse. So initially, you know, if you want to just play with the keyboard, there you go. You know, it just switches on the fly like that. Switch controller, switch the keyboard, you know. I'm pretty sure you can play with the mouse as well. So, okay, there you go. Mouse might not be feasible for swordsmen. Okay, so they're just kind of saying some tips. It's like, hey, it might be harder to play. So, you know, you just click your different style and then you can play different ways. But they kind of suggest, hey, maybe you don't want to play that way. But that is really awesome that you can play this game any way you want, basically. So I'm just going to stick with the standard. I think I have the keyboard set up right now. So this is auto. It'll just automatically detect whatever's suitable for me. So that's really awesome. I think that having that support is good. Now, the biggest complaint I actually have about it, and I know I haven't really talked about much else yet, but biggest complaint is that they don't have any key bindings. You can't rebind any of your keys. So, for instance, on the keyboard, if I was playing completely on keyboard, which I'll switch to right now, I can't change what this jump button is. I can't change what this attack button is. I can't change anything. So, I mean, I had to press X to jump. I had to press Z to attack. That might not seem like a big deal, but it is. You know, if you have a German keyboard, for instance, like a European or something, you have a keyboard where your Z key is actually where the Y is, so they swap them around. You gotta imagine the difficulty, okay? You need to have a rebinding system, a keyboard binding system. The other problem that just came out of the fact that I'm using a controller. I'm using a different type of controller. They're expecting me to use some kind of PlayStation controller, but I'm using a fight stick and or a fight pad. And they don't have kind of buttons that are easily to press in these kind of configurations right now. So I can't press any of the R keys and do it well. I can't. It's just not possible. So I really do wish there was a much more customization in the way that I can control these characters. I'm happy that they're working really good, but hopefully later on down the line they let you change it. So that is my only complaint with the game, guys. Let's actually talk about the game now and what my impressions are after getting to about level 24. It's fucking awesome, okay? You know, I was a little worried, you know, being a successor to RO, as everybody says. I'm not going to be so quick to say that, but it's a different type of game, you know? It looks a lot like RO, and it has a lot of the RO elements. I mean, when you sit down, I mean, this is the RO sit down. Like, everybody knows this, man. If you ever played RO, this is your life right here. But, you know, it looks a lot like RO, but there's so many differences, and for the better, I would say. A lot of them for the better. I wouldn't say all of them, but I am liking it so far, and we'll explain that as we go. Maybe while we go to the next area. One awesome thing about this game is the class system, which I am not going to do it justice in the short time that I can try to explain it to you guys. But basically, what's happening is you can choose between. I want to say, I don't quote me on the number here, but I think there are 65 different classes. I'm already advanced into one of them, the Peltasta, which is like a shield mastery class. Has a bunch of shield skills. There's a shield slam. Here's a shield or bash attack. Here's a spin attack. Yeah, baby. And so you can specialize in all of these skills every 15 levels. So you can, if you want, you can keep advancing in the Peltasta like I am here, or I can advance into another class. And that's kind of how it goes. Like I said, I'm not going to do it justice. It's way more complex than that, and that's really kind of the draw to this game. The biggest draw, I'd say, because you have so many combinations. Literally thousands of builds you can make in different class paths you can try to make with this class, so with this game. So I'm not going to bother trying to explain it. Instead, I'll just try to explain how the combat really works. It is, for the most part, like I said, you can control it any way you want, point and click, or you know, the keyboard and mouse. It plays really well as a kind of like a beat 'em up, like a third down beat 'em up. It has a lot of instance-based places and a lot of open world places, so you can kind of get the best of both worlds. One of the biggest problems I have with open world games is that they often don't have enough enemies, or you're just, you know, you're not getting the kind of action I'm expecting out of an instance-based game. But that's not always the case with this game, because there are instances sometimes, and there are a lot of enemies. So not a big deal, you know. I can just mob up all these guys if I wanted to, and it seems to play really nicely, you know. So as you guys can see, open world. So those of you guys who always clamor about, you know, oh, I hate games that don't have open world. I can go over there. I can go help him. I can try to join this party in progress. It's all open world. So, but like I said, sometimes they do go into like these instances on the fly. So just be mindful of that. Don't be too angry. I don't know where I'm going, guys. There are so many fucking guys here, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Actually, they're not doing that much damage to me, but I'm not doing damage to them either. So the skill systems is really in depth. Like I mentioned, with it's gonna be so hard to try to explain all of it without explaining the class system. But basically, you have skills from now both trees. You have the swordsman skills back in the early levels. I had the swordsman skills. When I job changed to Peltasta, I picked up new skills, so I get to pick up and use any of the skills that I've used thus far. So you know, it will really get in depth when you get to the like rank 6, and you'll be able to job change into literally 6 different classes by then. you can pick and choose whichever skills you want out of all of those classes. So it's just something to think about. It is something you are going to be thinking about when you go to play this game. Which path are you gonna take? Are you gonna take, you know, one swordsman, and then you're gonna get 2 ranks in your Peltasta, and then you're gonna like get 1 rank here and then 1 rank there? It is the possibilities are endless. So I'll just mention that right now. That's kind of how this game works and the class system works. And it really is gonna be a lot of fun personally for me to test out which ones I'm gonna like. See if things are viable. You know, if I can play a deeps. What I'm trying to do right now is a deeps tank. You know, it's going to be fun trying that out. In terms of actually leveling up, what's been happening is we've been following the quest lines pretty handedly. What I'm doing right now is mostly roaming around trying to figure out the map since I've never been here before. Also, my stamina is becoming a serious problem. There are potions that can recover your stamina, or like pills, and obviously potions to recover your HP and MP, but I'm lazy and I didn't pick any up, so cry me a river. Oh man, this is a conveyor belt. Do I get on the belt? Oh, you do? Look, guys. Look, we actually ride I wonder what happens if you fall. You probably take damage or something. You just ride that elevator over. Okay, we're meeting new enemies. Now, I believe when you kill a new enemy, it gets added to your journal, so that's something that... Okay, I guess he's not new. Finally, give me one of these. Shit. Been out of stamina like this whole time here. But when you do kill new enemies that you haven't killed before, it gets added to like your journal, so there's a lot of things that can be... like achievement kind of things, you know. Obviously, uncovering the map, looking at all the little nooks and crannies of all the maps are a lot of fun as well. But guys, I think we're getting closer to where we're supposed to be going. Alrighty, we got one of these instances right now. The music is... Oh, okay. You see, this is a situation where there are no other players right now. It's just kind of like an instance-based thing. So let's see what this Watcher Basil has to say. Even though he has no quest indicators or anything, let's see what he says. Okay, so again, guys... These are just optional quests, you know, you don't have to do these, but, you know, just talking to this asshole, he's given us 3 quests that he's like, hey, man, can you help me out here? And he'll give me EXP cards, which obviously are used to level up easier, and then you get little waypoints. So, again, like I said, guys, it may not be in your best interest to just go through the game without talking to any NPCs except the main ones. That would be my go-to strategy, honestly, when I'm playing most games, because they don't have a lot of different kind of, you know, optional quests like this. But here, with the effectiveness of the EXP cards, I would say it'd be in your best interest to talk to almost every NPC. In fact, I want to say that pretty much every area that there are mobs, there's going to be like an NPC or something that wants to give you quests for killing them, right? So, you know, nearby, if you're just breezing through like I just did in the previous room to get to the extra bosses, you're going to be missing out on a lot. Noticing a lot of basic attack is going to be necessary, at least early on here. I could have also fucked up my build just because on top of the skill builds with the normal skill, you know, you get skill points for your class level, which is down here at the bottom. I'm class level 5, and like I said, you get to change every 15 levels, but then you have a character level as well, and the character level will give you your primary stats. So you guys can see I've been unfairly been dumping it all into strength, so I can try to get, obviously, a pure strength build, but I'm running out of mana, so maybe it might be beneficial to get a little bit of spirit to recover my mana a little better. Who knows? You know, this is all testing. This is beta for me, but I'll be testing that out. Oh, we got to... I thought it was like a boss. No, we got to search this thing, and I got interrupted. Are you fucking real? Die. Okay. I'm going to search it again. Oh, okay, we're summoning... Like, okay, here's a perfect example. You saw where all the other teammates were. They're disappeared, right? We're like, where are they? Okay, it's because we have an instance. We just, on the fly, we create an instance where we get to fight a boss. And that's nice because there are often, you know, you don't want to keep fighting people for mobs and stuff. So what they have is just an instance right here. I'm actually doing no damage. I think I'm lagging a little bit. But this is going to be one tough fight because I don't have any potions or anything. So let's do it, baby. Get that spin attack going. One cool thing with the Peltasta I'm noticing is that if you guys look at the cooldowns of my skills, I can use a skill and I can use it again twice before it goes off a cooldown. So you can kind of see, I believe there is a little circle underneath the skill that will tell you how many times the skill can be used before it goes on cooldown. So if I use the skill again, it'll go on cooldown right there. So hopefully I can zoom in on that. This is not going well, guys. This fight, I don't know if I'm going to win this fight. In fact, I'm almost certain I'm not going to win this fight. Holy shit. Like, I don't have enough. Okay, let's go back to my standby here. I don't have any potions. I don't have any, like, am I gonna die here? First of all, let's get a level. I know how to solve our problems. Let's get a level while we're fighting this guy, so we can recover our HP and shit back to full. Ooh, genius, Rick. Okay, we got a level. We got some SP. And now we got our skills back. So we're actually gonna cast our buffs up. We're gonna cast this skill. We're gonna cast this skill. We're gonna cast this buff. And we're going in. We're going to town, baby. This guy's level 30. Why am I fighting him? Oh my god. What have I done? He is like really lagging out right now. Again, this is a product of having like day 1 beta. I'm actually playing this the day it came out, so okay, I'm getting like silenced in here. I'm gonna let him do that. He's almost dead, guys. We've almost gotten him. I feel like my gear is just not enough right now. Either that or my stats aren't enough. Come on, man. No, we're winning this. We're winning this. We're winning this. He's almost dead. Kill him. One more hit. One more hit. Oh my god, if I die. Dude! He has no HP. He needs to die. Dude, okay. Why? Why did that take forever? But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There was an actual instance field boss, and boy, these guys are hard. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm probably gonna go back, do all those subquests that I just totally skipped, and get a few levels, and also use my XP cards, because let me tell you, that was not fucking easy at all. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully I was able to show off a little bit, this time with commentary, show a little bit of the Tree of Savior, how it's coming out. It's a little bit laggy. I mean, at the end here you saw it, or it's lag in full effect, I should say, and it's still playable though, you know, obviously. So and I'm having a ton of fun with this game already, guys. Maybe, I'm just saying it here, maybe quality enough to be my new main game. I don't know yet. You know, I love DFO, but when it comes out in actual release, it'll be a lot more considerations of that, because honestly, this game did a really good job, like I said, and making an impression on me in terms of how fun the gameplay is going to be. And I'm really looking forward to like theorizing, crafting, and making my own characters, and finally doing some PvP and guild fights and stuff like that. I don't know how many of you guys are excited for that, but that's the kind of shit that made RO great for me, and I think this game is going to do it just as good. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There was a little Peltasta action, or Peltasta, I don't know. And next time I'll bring some like potions or something. That took forever. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you nights later.